I'm like, I'm there. He's like, yo, Kevin, I'm coming. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take care of you when you coming. He's like, I'll be there first shows. I'm doing the garden. I sold out the 2 shows. I told my people, like, yo, Young coming. Let's make sure that we set it up for him when he get here. I don't want to have no problems. Make sure his seats, whatever he needs, is good. He gets there. He comes to the backstage. We talking for a minute. My dad is there, right? My dad is like standing behind me. So a whole shake my head. He's like, how's it feel, yo? I was like, man, what do you mean? You talking about the garden? Like, dude, I sold out the garden twice. No. To have me come. How's that? Like, you want to say something, but then think about it. Really think about the question.
Right.
He's like, that means you made it. I'm here.
Kevin Hart, a man who makes us laugh, is now at the center of a jaw-dropping situation involving Diddy's darkest secrets. Recently, there's been talk going around that Kevin might have played a surprising role in Diddy's ongoing legal troubles. Celebrity Insider News. Sources suggest that he didn't just sit on the sidelines, but actually worked with the FBI as an informant, possibly feeding them crucial inside information that helped ignite the firestorm currently surrounding the hip-hop mogul. But why would Kevin even consider cooperating with federal authorities against one of the most powerful figures in the industry? Let's find out. So it all kicked off when the authorities decided to investigate Diddy's past, leading to his unexpected arrest. Word on the street is that the charges against him are pretty serious, involving years of alleged bad behavior from A to some really bad stuff like organized crime. While the details are still under wraps because of sealed indictments, it seems like the authorities have enough evidence to really go after him. This has led people to wonder if he was more than just a guess. Maybe he was even helping to cover up some of the craziness that went down. For those who don't know, Diddy's parties were never just about having a good time, and they were places where things often got out of hand with a toxic combination of power, money, and fear keeping people quiet. Former employees and witnesses have described these events as nightmarish, filled with violence and abuse. Now, with Kevin's presence at these parties being scrutinized, people are raising eyebrows about what he really knew. So, one incident that's making waves is the hot tub incident, which was brushed off as harmless fun at the time, but is now being looked at differently. Kevin was seen in a hot tub with Diddy surrounded by some sketchy behavior, and many people are starting to think this might just be the beginning. As more footage and stories come out, it's clear that he wasn't just a casual attendee. He was pretty close to Diddy during these questionable times. And the big question is, why would someone like Kevin, who's built a drama-free career, get so wrapped up in Diddy's world? Some folks think he might have been tempted by fame, or even felt pressured to keep quiet out of fear. Insiders are suggesting he could have info that the authorities are using to build their case against Diddy. Whether it's texts, videos, or first-hand accounts, Kevin might have the evidence that could really nail Diddy. Now, this doesn't mean Kevin was involved in any illegal activities himself, but just being there and staying silent for so long has led people to think he might have helped cover up some of Diddy's secrets. So, to start off as a trusted friend and then turn on Diddy to save his own skin? Or was he just someone who got too close and had to cooperate with the authorities? These are the questions going around as Kevin's image is being put to the test. Some reports even say he's been quietly working with federal agents for months, giving them info that could take Diddy down from the inside. If that's true, it would explain why Diddy is suddenly facing so much legal trouble and why the authorities seem so confident. So there's no doubt that Kevin Hart possibly teaming up with the FBI. I know it sounds like something out of a movie, but there's consider info that Kevin might have decided to spill the beans on Diddy to save his own skin. Well, he was in a tough spot and felt he had no choice but to reach out to the feds, worried about his career freedom and maybe even his safety with the FBI closing in on Diddy and his crew. Kevin might have thought it was better to jump out of the ship before it got messy. And this isn't just random talk. Some reports say Kevin gave the FBI some key info about Diddy's operations, like how he used his connections to dodge lull trouble, and how he allegedly used his parties to manipulate people. If this is true, Kevin's insider revelations could have really sped up the investigation. His knowledge of what went down at those high-profile events, plus any evidence he might have shared, could be what pushed the authorities to finally take action against Diddy. Now, many people are also looking at Kevin differently. What used to seem like a solid friendship between him and Diddy is now raising eyebrows. Folks are wondering if Kevin threw Diddy under the bus to save himself. If his cooperation with the FB really did speed things up, it would explain why the case against Diddy seems so strong. But This has also made some fancy Kevin as a traitor, leaving them torn between viewing him as a whistleblower or a backstabber, and just when you thought it couldn't get crazier. Cat Williams enters the chat. He's a comedian who doesn't hold back, especially when it comes to calling out Hollywood. For years, Cat has been pretty critical of Kevin, suggesting that his rapid rise to fame wasn't just about talent, but also about his ties to powerful people like Diddy. With everything going on, people are starting to take Cat's comments more seriously.
Do you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
It's to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people.
No tweets, no Instagram posts, nothing. It's like he's trying to stay out of the spotlight. Maybe he's feeling guilty, or he's just trying to ride out the storm. Fans are scratching their heads over Kevin's quietness. If he's innocent, why not just clear the air for Kevin? If it turns out he really did go to the FBI to save him himself, he might be able to turn this into a comeback story. Hollywood loves a good redemption arc, and if he plays it right, he could come off as a hero for taking down someone like Diddy. But there's a downside. If it comes out that Kevin knew about Diddy's alleged behavior for years and only spoke up when he was in trouble, his career could take a big hit. Fans might not be too forgiving if he's seen as someone who stayed quiet, while others suffered only to flip when it suited him. That could lead to backlash from both the industry and fans who think he's just looking out for himself. And let's be real, the entertainment world can be brutal. If Kevin's seen as untrustworthy, he could find himself on the outside looking in. On the flip side, Diddy's situation isn't looking great, with more victims and witnesses coming forward. The legal case against him is picking up steam. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video if you found it eye-opening.